Come on, Stella. Oh, the Piper stretch. We missed it. There she goes. Where you going? Hey, look, you're not going to be able to go past there soon. So we're thinking yesterday was a little bit of a rough day. Yesterday was not the day Stella and Piper went on their adventure. But yesterday was the day that the what if started. You're at 24 hours of a traumatic experience. And then your brain starts to process the other outcomes that could have happened. It's natural, happens all the time. So the what if we never found Stella? We'd be sleeping tonight without her. It'd be the first day without her. All those things start going through your head. And it's very emotional, very hard to get through. So that was yesterday afternoon. So we thought about a bunch of things. And we looked at some of these fancy GPS collars. I'm not a huge fan of collars, especially if your dog goes in the woods. They can get stuck on some of these. I mean, some of the trees and brush and prickers and all that stuff in there are tough. You get stuck on those, you're not getting off. But I think there's no choice. We might have to go to a collar system of some kind. And we might just go back. We did it at our last house in Colchester. To the tried and true invisible fence. Bury a wire underground. They wear a collar. After the training with the little flags, if they get too close, it beeps. They get closer, I think it beeps even more. They get closer, they get zapped. They get a little, and whoa. And I remember with our old dogs, Luke and Hallie, they didn't even go close enough to let beep after the initial, training month. They figured it out real quick that, whoa, I don't want to go near that. So our plan, now you're wondering, probably thinking just like I did, wait a second, you can't put an underground fence on 10 acres of land. Well, you could, but we're not going to. These are little dogs. They don't need that much runway. So, unfortunately, let's go back a little. It's early out here. I actually couldn't get up this morning. It's cold. I was sleeping and I'm like, I don't want to get up yet. It's cold. So I know we're actually going to fire up the pellet stove when I get back inside. I haven't even made my coffee yet. But some of the collars they have now, you have a base station you put in a house and it sends out a signal. And then the collar listens to that signal. And when it has a signal, they don't get any correction. When it loses signal, meaning they go too far away from home, they get correction. The problem with that technology, I don't know if it would work out so well because the base station would sit in the house, they would go outside, and it would send out, say, a circle. It's always a circle because that's the way the wireless signals work usually, a circle pattern. And we would set that circle for so big, and then they would roam, and then when they lose connection, they'd get zapped. Well, what if they lose connection just because they went behind the shipping container? Not because they went too far. Or they went in the shipping container. It could be way too inconsistent, so we're not a fan of that one. Plus, we've had problems with the dogs before when we're outside and the dump truck shows up to get the garbage out of the dumpster, or we're outside and the porta potty truck shows up to empty the porta potty, or even Uncle Kevin or Angie or Rob and Jenna, and we're just outside. The dogs are stupid. They run after cars. So I think in the end, even goat snuggles sometimes, they get excited and they run towards the car. So in the end, what we're gonna do, probably the call is being made today. We call it here at Simons's Farms the Island. When you come down the road splits. You've got our house and you got Graham's house down there. That goes that way, right? This island right here, it goes all the way down to the shipping container, wraps almost to Graham's house there and comes back up. We're going to electric fence the whole island. And that allows the front door. So the dogs can go in and out the front door with their new collars once they get them. And we put their collar on, they come outside, they run around, they do their pee-pee, they do their potty, they hang out. We can sit on the deck, which someday there'll be a deck on the front porch coming in just like the boat, right? Coming whenever. Who knows? But they could sit on the deck, whatever. They could, and they can't get into the driveway. They can't go into the woods. They have this huge area to play. They don't need all this. Now you're probably wondering, well, Stella wants to do the barn. Right, Telly? You want to do the barn? So the place we do the electric fence from is the same one we did last time. I'm watching Piper over there. I don't trust her. What are you eating? What are you eating? Hey, stop eating that. Are you really eating grass? Come on, stop it. All right, let's take a little walk while we're talking here. Come on, guys. So one thing, that it's expensive. It's not cheap, but some of those other ones are actually less expensive. The GPS ones they have that like connect to cellular connections. Well, we don't trust cellular out here. It's not strong enough. Or they connect to the regular GPS networks that like your cars and the military use. Actually, Piper, we're not going that way. Come on. I was going to show you guys the duck. Come on, Piper. Let's go. Piper, come on. Good girl. She came back. They hear the native ducks, like natural ducks, like not our ducks. There's 2 of them, and Tyler named them. They're living in our pond, but I just realized if I go down there, Piper might jump in the pond to try to get to the duck, and Frenchies don't swim. So we're getting them back to the back. They're running. But those wireless ones, I mean, I read a lot of reviews. I watched some. People say they love them, this and that, whatever. But a lot of them, there's no correction in. Some of them there are. But some of them are just like, okay, your dog ran away. Now you got to use your phone and some app and try to find it. Well, guess what? My phone died because the dog ran away about 7 o'clock at night. My phone was already dead. So that wasn't going to help. And it's a reaction. You're doing something went wrong. Now you have to deal with the reaction of it. You're not actually correcting the behavior. So the other thing, these fence company, or at least this one, oh, I didn't do House of Pie while I was over there. Ugh. No, I want to get them back inside, get a coffee, and then do the barn. The other thing, this fence one, yeah, that's what I was saying. Remember, no edit, and this one. This fence company comes out with a human. They install the fence, they put in all the little white flags, and then that human comes back to train your dog. Unlimited dog training. And they say unlimited, but really I think it only takes like 3 sessions. They train your dog for like an hour the day it's installed. They come back like 2 days later for another hour, and then they come back again. And within those 3 or 4 sessions, your dog's pretty much trained on your fence. But if you ever have problems later, oh, I got to get to the barn thing. If you ever have problems later, or you get another dog, as far as I know, and you buy another collar for the other dog, which Hazel, we'll talk about in a second, and Chai, they all need collars, but we're not exactly sure yet, because right now Chai, Stella, and Piper can't hang out together, all 3 of them, because Piper is still aggressive to Stella because she's trying to protect Chai. So there's this like family dynamic that we need to get over. So we might just bring in the dog trainer for it. Let them train the fence, because that comes with the price of the install, and talk about this whole family dynamic between the 3 of them, and why can't they all hang out together? What do we need to do? Do we do it just for half an hour and it was great, and give them amazing cheesy treats or something, and Piper will realize, wait a second, I only get those cheesy treats when Chai is around, but now you're introducing food to the mix? I don't know. So we got to figure that out. Now with Hazel, you hear the duck? It's way out there. With Hazel, this is a challenge. These guys, their neck is only like 4 inches off the ground, right? So they set the electric fence to a certain strength because the dog's so short. Hazel's 4 feet off the ground. I don't think Hazel's going to be able to get a collar. So we don't know. We're going to talk to them about that. Maybe the technology has changed. It has been about 15 years. I literally have the brain to our old electric fence downstairs, the most expensive part of the whole system. But I have a feeling if they're like, no, they're completely different. But if they're like, yeah, they're the same, just use the old one and buy all new collars and have them install and maybe save some money. I don't know. So yeah, this will be the new playground. right here, from about 2 feet in from the walkway, 2 feet in from the driveway. They're probably going to go around that flower thing so to keep the dogs out of that flower thing, all the way up to the edge of the road, all the way down, back this way, so away from the apple trees. We don't need them. Actually, they could probably go to the other side. They can go near the apple trees. I don't care. And then all the way around here, around the corner there a little, not too much, because then they can get shade, I think, down there, and then turn around and come back down this way and back inside. One thing we can do, there are ways with an electric fence for them to put in a door, meaning an area. It all comes down to training with your dog. An area in the fence where you're allowed to break the fence line, but only for a specific reason. For example, you could train your dog that right here on this walkway, which, by the way, we're going to have to go under with the electric fence, but we'll figure that out because we don't want them to be able to do it on their own. Actually, no, wait a second. No, we won't. We're going to keep it all on the yeah, we will have to go under because they got to be able to come out the front door. Yeah, so the wire's going to come right under here, probably right through that crack. We'll dig that crack out, maybe break it on purpose, dig the crack out, go under there, go under the something, whatever. But my point is, you could train the dog that, hey, you're allowed to cross the fence here only when you're in mom or dad's arms, or only when you don't have your collar on. Dogs will eventually know it. They'll be like, ooh, I don't have my collar on. I'm allowed to exit, but right here's the only place I'm allowed to do. The trainers are pretty good at that. They can train your dog as to where they can break the fence only if, A, you pick the dog up, like they, to get him into the car or to bring him out to the barn. So I don't know. We're talking about it. I got the call today to go over it, to see what happens. I think it'll be nice to be able to sit out here or even leave them out here for like an hour or two while I'm working on a project that's not in the island, and they can just run around and hang out in the island. Yep. Oh, that's the plan. Oh my goodness. What else was I going to say? Piper, what else were we going to say? Was there something else? Oh, no, we already talked about Hazel. Oh yeah, Chai. We'll have to get one too. We'll probably get Chai a collar too. And then she'll learn it. But she's so little, they might not want to put a collar on her at 6 months old. But I think you can. I don't know. We haven't done it in forever. So how you dogs think that? Yeah, I've been cleaning. Look, there's garbage there and garbage. There's always garbage. That's my excuse every time you guys see my front porch. And it's a mess. I just say I've been cleaning. Which I have been, actually. Nothing, dogs? Nothing you want to say? Oh, gosh. Oh, geez. That's it. That's what we got for today. Is there anything else? Oh my gosh, it's Villager Weekend coming up real soon. Today's Tuesday. I made some more name tags yesterday for those people that thought they weren't villagers because they don't chat. Come on now. Oh gosh, Hazel's barking. You're a villager. If you know who we are, you're a villager. It's that simple. If you're like, oh yeah, the Simons, yeah, I went to a Goat Snuggles once. Oh yeah, I bought one of their bars of soap once. Oh yeah, you're part of the village. That's it. You were inducted in. Yep. Think about it. You have you have people like Uncle Kevin. Let's talk about him for a minute. He plays golf. He likes golf. He's a golfer. He golfs a lot. Those are kind of like our chatter level villagers. But then you got people like me who own a golf club and swing it in the driveway or in the front yard like once a year. I'm not a golfer, but I swing a golf club. See, it's a different level. It's the same concept here. Still you take part in the activity, just at different levels. You're all villagers. And now I'm going inside to make my coffee. That's a good way to end this video, and I will see you guys again on Wednesday. If you are coming to Villager Weekend and you need a name tag and you haven't told me yet whether you're a lurker, a chatter, a purchaser, or even by the way, I have a list of our top customers. I'm not throwing any of you Vickies under the bus. Oh, sorry. Actually, I don't think Vicky makes the list for the top 5 customers we have. Those are people buying off the website, like straight up who buys stuff off the website and has like their own soap store at their house. Yeah, I have that list. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to shame you guys or give you all those accolades because you might like it, but thank you for helping us pay our bills. And you guys for watching us on TV or wherever you watch us, whether it's on your phone or tablet or wherever, everything helps. Every little thing helps. We've got a big hay purchase coming. That trailer's empty. We've got a dog fence to put in. We don't buy Corvettes and Rolexes. Okay, let's stop there for a minute. I do have a dream to own a Corvette one day. My dad owned a 1969 Corvette, and he sold it to remodel our kitchen when I was about a year old, and I never got to ride in it. Or he tells me I should remember the ride in it, but I was like a year. Come on. He was in Texas. Mom sold it on him. It's a long story. We'll get to it more in another video. I won't talk to you guys again. They are divorced, but they didn't divorce over the Corvette. Let's clarify this. That didn't happen. But I'll explain that story maybe tomorrow. All right, villagers, all of you. Talk to you later. You guys ready? Let's go get coffee. Hi, Hazel.